Hello everyone, this is Will down at the hangar working on the 108-1 project, and I've been playing with my 3/8 inch fuel valve. This is the 1/2 inch fuel valve. Got it cleaned up, lapped in and everything put back together. It's in good shape. This is the 3/8, a little bit different looking, and I've got it all lapped up. I still need to clean it and such before reassembly, but there's the selector valve that goes in like that. Then you've got to put this piece on here, the end of this shaft, and the problem is I had this gasket and it was pretty mangled. I've tried to flatten it out and anneal it, and it's kind of got a big chunk taken out of it. It wasn't in the best shape, so Charles, one of our members, made me a new one out of brass, which is nice. But then we started talking about its ability to seal up any irregularities on the fuel valve, being brass instead of copper. Still a soft metal, but obviously not quite as soft as copper. So that was one idea. Another idea is this, a phenolic type gasket that I found, and I think I'm going to go with this. I had to work the inside of this just a little bit, but now it fits onto this very well. And so that can then go onto the shaft and screw in eventually. And I think that's going to do a really good job at sealing right in here between this assembly, which holds the pressure on the shaft. Then you'll notice there is, see if I can get a better pointer, there's this piece here, and you'll see the indentions. Well, the indentions are your detent as you're switching different places in the fuel tank. That's done by this piece, which rides on the end of the shaft and then goes across the detents, you know, as you're turning. But there's one more seal. So we've got this sealed, so fuel should not come out of the joint between the housing and this right here. But you've got another place where fuel can leak out, which is in between the shaft and this housing. And for that, there's another super small brass or copper seal that goes on to the end of the shaft. And then inside the nut, and I doubt you can see it with this lighting, I don't know if I can get the light in there just right, but there is a phenolic seal in the top of this brass nut. So that phenolic seal inside of there is going to press against that brass or copper washer there, and that is going to help keep any fuel come out of there. So there's a stop nut down here too. So you're going to back the stop nut up. You're going to get this down to where it's tight and it makes a good connection, and then you're going to use the stop nut and come back and lock that in place. And then you have a fuel valve that's ready to go. Like I said, I haven't cleaned this. I was just doing the video on how to assemble it. But I think this phenolic type washer is going to work out good in here, and should absorb any irregularities between the nut and the housing. And then the copper washer behind this nut should do a good job as well. So You might ask, why are you keeping a 3/8 valve in the airplane and not putting the 1/2 inch in? It just kind of comes down to when you're where I am and you're dealing with as much as I'm dealing with, making another change is just a little bit daunting. I'm keeping the Franklin 150. So this is the right fuel valve for the Franklin 150. Yes, that does prevent me from making a change later, but I've already got my 3/8 lines run, and the thought of buying 1/2 inch lines and then having to make all the bends and make that work is just a little bit more than I really want to take on. So I think for now I'll stick with the 3/8. It's in good shape. I do have a 1/2 if I need to go that route, or if somebody out there needs a really good 1/2 inch valve, just keeping it for storage, right? But that's kind of it for the update on the fuel valve. I hope maybe if you ever have to take yours apart and lap it, which I did another video on lapping the valve, hopefully the reassembly video here will help. And I certainly encourage any of you, when you're out in your hangar working, just get out to your cell phone, turn on the video and start videoing, because the more of these that we can capture, the more that we can share our knowledge. Thanks a lot. See you out on the website.